Hi, my name is Rebecca Oyen. Growing up in Orlando, Florida, my family was not particularly religious. What my parents did impress upon my siblings and I, however, was the concept of tikkun olam, which in my Jewish faith tradition means repairing the world. My Jewish faith tradition has informed a lot of what I do. Growing up here, I was the only Jewish student in my graduating class of 650 students. In some ways then, my faith was magnified. I looked, when I was going to college, for a Jewish community that I could be a part of. I became active in Hillel, and I became active in the Multi-Faith Council. What inspires me to serve, however, is the concept of tikkun olam. Last year, while I was volunteering at Girls Inc., which is a federally funded after-school program for low-income girls in Holyoke, I was sitting there, I was working with the girls, and I noticed that after we worked on homework for a little while, they became bored, they became agitated and frustrated because there was no structured programming for them to participate in. What I decided to do then was to gather a group of girls together, the girls who happened to be around me, and we started brainstorming for ideas. What could we do so that they weren't getting in arguments and fighting with each other, so that they weren't wandering around the building and just looking really to get into trouble because they had nothing else to do. I brought up the fact that I'm in an a cappella group at Amherst, the Sabrinas, and the girls immediately latched onto that. They started singing songs, we just started playing around, and they said, well, we want to be part of an a cappella group too. And I said, well, that's a good idea. Why don't we go back? I'll go back to Amherst, I'll talk to the girls that I work with there, and we'll see if we can start an a cappella group at Girls Inc. I went back, I had rehearsal that night with the Sabrinas, and I brought up the idea of bringing a few of them with me to Girls Inc. on Thursdays and starting an a cappella program. A few of them were really, really into it. And so we went back to Girls Inc. and we talked to the administrators, and they were very interested in starting a program. The girls really designed the program themselves. It was very important to me that they were empowered to do their own programming, to lead their own group. They chose their own song. We did Hannah Montana's Nobody's Perfect. They choreographed their own dance. And one day, while we were rehearsing, we got through it, and the regional director of the program came in, and she saw what the girls were doing, and she just loved it. And she asked us to perform at their annual fundraising breakfast. We performed for 900 people. The girls were so proud of themselves. And I was proud of what we had done. What started as my inspiration to repair the world, to practice tikkun olam, turned into a really positive activity that involved 13 girls and brought in other people from my a cappella group. So that's one instance in which my Jewish faith tradition has inspired me to take action.